request for day and day, the month? Okay. Where you guys from?
Greensboro.
You are? Johnston. All right, hey. It's to recognize the positive.
Well, good morning. I like for people to say good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Pearson.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. And thank you. Welcome all to Johnston County Public Health Department. We appreciate the governor coming to see all the great work that's being done here by my staff, my great staff, and our partners. Some of them are here with us today, and were recognized by the governor. But we also like to recognize some of our county leadership that's here today. We have our chair of our county commissioners, Mr. Stewart, Commissioner Harris. We have our mayor of Smithfield here, Mayor Moore. And of course, Representative Donna White, who is actually a former public health nurse and understands what we've been doing to respond to this pandemic all of this time, the past year and a half. So again, welcome everyone and thank you. So from our first case in March of 2020 here in Johnston County, we've been providing case investigation, contact tracing, testing, and my staff and my partners have tirelessly responded to this pandemic. And when it was time to provide vaccinations, our community stepped up. Emergency management, our great partners there, our county agencies, our schools, the sheriff's department, our community college, animal control, hospital, speedway, churches, medical providers, and many more that I can't mention today. But we cannot do it all without them. We're now at 35% of our population that's fully vaccinated and increasing steadily. And as always, I tell my staff, public health is a team sport. And the strength of the team comes from contributions of its members. So I want to introduce two of the members of our team that have been leading our community vaccine response. We have Kamitha Fullwood, our health education supervisor and our in-house vaccine coordinator, and Erin Smith, a family nurse practitioner here, and our outreach clinic coordinator.
Good morning. My name is Kamitha Fullwood, and I am the in-house clinic vaccinator here at the Johnston County Public Health Department. I just want to say it has been truly rewarding to serve those who are interested in receiving COVID-19 vaccine. We will continue to offer all three vaccines here at our Johnston County Public Health Department, Monday through Friday through the month of June.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Erin Smith and I coordinate the COVID vaccine outreach clinics. Our COVID response and vaccine administration efforts here in our county have truly been a team effort. We are dedicated to eliminating barriers and ensuring that the vaccine is accessible to everyone. We appreciate the support of our local and state partners.
Thank you to our great team members. And those are just two of our team members. Our complete health department, we have over 140 staff members, are all working and responding to this pandemic. I thank them every day because they are all my heroes. So I want to introduce our governor, our great governor of the state of North Carolina. Thank you for your continued support of public health. You have the mic.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pearson. You can tell a great health leader who recognizes her team and the people who are doing the job on the ground every single day. And I'm grateful to each and every one of you, and Dr. Pearson, grateful for your leadership. In walking around here, talking to people, I see that everyone is on a mission. And talking to some of the people who'd already gotten their vaccine, there was a sense of relief. I saw a school cafeteria worker to get her second shot today, wanting to make sure that she was protected so that she could be on the job helping our children. All of our educators, cafeteria workers, bus drivers got together during this pandemic and did what they needed to do to keep children with meals and families fed, and keep children learning. And I thank God for these miraculous vaccines that are pulling us back toward normal. The more people we can get vaccinated, the better off we will be. And we've made progress. We're getting close to 82% of those 65 and over who have had at least their first shot. This is our most vulnerable population and has been throughout this pandemic, so that's positive. We're now over 55% of the adult population in North Carolina that's gotten at least one shot. And we're grateful for places like Johnston County with the wonderful leadership you have here, one of the fastest growing counties in our state. It's so important that we continue to get shots in arms. But we have almost 2.5 million adults who are not yet vaccinated. And we are seeing across the country a Delta variant of COVID-19 that is more dangerous and more contagious, if you can believe that. And it's passing mostly through unvaccinated people. And we're moving back to normal. I'm standing here without wearing my mask. We're out shaking hands and talking to people, and that's a good thing. But every day we're getting positive cases. I looked at the tote board today, and as I do every single day, sometimes twice a day, more than 200 cases today. Every day we've got people in the hospital, a little under 500 across the state today. Every day people in the ICU, and most every day somebody dies because of complications of COVID-19. We don't want to see a resurgence. So in order to get those 2.5 million adults vaccinated, we're pulling out all the stops. We're looking at what other states have done. We are doing research, finding out what motivates people, what would get them in here to get that shot. Some people are dug in. You're going to have a hard time getting them. Others are busy, plan to do it, just hadn't gotten around to it, may have some questions about it, but could be motivated to do it. So I ask all of us who have been vaccinated to talk with 5 of your friends or business associates or family members who haven't gotten it, because that one-on-one conversation can be important. And if you have questions, talk with your doctor. Ask your doctor, what should I do? Because we know that this is the way out. This is the way to put the pandemic fully behind us. It's the way to stamp out this virus, is to get the population vaccinated, because there's so few breakthrough cases, and these vaccinations are safe and effective. Not only do you get protection for yourself and your family and people who come in contact with you, you too could win $1 million. So we've seen in some other states how this has been a motivator. The first drawing is June 23rd. People who are coming in today to get their first shot automatically entered twice for all 4 drawings that will occur every other Wednesday until August the 4th. Those 12 to 17-year-old have a chance to win a $125,000 college scholarship to the college of their choice. We hope this will continue to be a motivator. We're hoping to see our numbers go up as more and more people find out about this, particularly when we do the first drawing on June the 23rd. You are automatically eligible if you've gotten your vaccine in North Carolina, except for a few places where we don't have the data. But we're excited about this and want to make sure that the public knows that you get all of this safe and effective vaccine and protection, but you got a chance to win $1 million too. Glad to be here with the local leadership. Representative White, thank you for your leadership and knowledge of public health. Mayor Moore, Chair Stewart, and I think some other local officials are going to speak. And Representative White, if you want to say something, I'd love for you to, but I think Mayor Moore is going to say a word or two. And I know he's a Smithfield, Selma high school grad. I remember playing football and basketball and coming over and playing Smithfield, Selma, and as a Northern Nash night. Sometimes it didn't work out too well. Pretty good teams over here. But Mayor, I'll call on you.
Thank you, Mr. Governor, and welcome again to Smithfield. As always, you're welcome in Smithfield and in Johnston County, and we just appreciate you being here today. Let me just say, when this pandemic started about a year and a half ago, and we started getting this word of what was going around, I was scared to death. Didn't know what to do, but I just want to say, Governor and Rick Hester, you've got one fine person in your health department director, Dr. Pearson. She kept the towns informed. I know I was probably a little stern at times trying to get the information and so forth, because I wanted to know what was going on in Smithfield. But she stayed her course. She followed her protocols, which is what you have to do in times like we have right now. And I just want to say thank you to your entire staff, to the Johnston County Emergency Services, and the National Guard, to everybody who is out helping to fight this pandemic. I encourage you, as the governor said, to continue to get your vaccination. And what we're doing here in Johnston County with the health department and Dr. Pearson's leadership is really thinking outside the box. And with the mobile clinics. We just had one recently over in East Smithfield, and where the team was actually going and knocking on doors. And that's what we have to do, right? I think Dr. Pearson mentioned we're at about 35%. We need to increase that. And I just encourage everybody to try to help spread that message. As a proud Pfizer employee, I have been fully vaccinated. My family has been fully vaccinated, and I just strongly encourage everybody to go out and get vaccinated. That's the only way, as the governor mentioned, that we're going to win this battle. We've seen the economy start to open back up, thank you, sir, with following science and not rushing into that, but now we're starting to see that. I myself, as a local leader, and I'm sure Chairman Stewart on a county level, we're eager to get our businesses back up and get staffed. We're eager to be able to go into a restaurant and not have to go through a drive-through. We're eager to get individuals back on our manufacturing lines so that we can be staffed as they should be and not have to worry about COVID-19. And the only way that we're going to do that is to get vaccinated. So, Governor, as you were quoted a few weeks ago, we don't have that banner up yet that says mission accomplished, but I am so looking forward to it as the mayor of Smithfield. And again, thank you to your entire team for all of your leadership throughout the state of North Carolina, and especially during this time of crisis. And at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Chairman Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to welcome the governor to Johnston County. You're always welcome in Johnston County. It means a lot to the people of Johnston County to be recognized on a statewide level. And I've got Commissioner Godwin with us here also, and Commissioner Harris actually works close with Dr. Pearson on the Johnston County Health Board. He's a commissioner that serves on that, so I'd like to let him make a few comments.
Thank you, Chairman Stewart. Governor, we appreciate you being in Johnston County, and thank you for the opportunity to allow us to showcase the health professionals that have worked so diligently in the last year and 5 months, 4 months, to battle something that we were all very concerned about and all very afraid of. You know, it was amazing to me to see the partnership between all the agencies that Dr. Pearson outlined, and just the cooperation as these health professionals bravely donned their PPE and marched into the face of the unknown. I mean, every day it was the unknown of how this was all going to play out. And while our hearts are heavy for those who suffered and lost their lives during this pandemic, we are so happy to see all the work that's been done, and we're moving through to the other side. I attended Board of Health meetings where you could tell the anguish in voices of the concern for the public. And so I'm so proud of Dr. Pearson. Director Hubbard, our sheriff, our law enforcement agencies, and the list goes on and on. But these vaccine clinics that were done at the schools, that was such a tremendous effort to the county. And as a commissioner, you don't always get a lot of positive praise, but I can tell you we got more phone calls and more emails about how wonderfully those were run, organized, well orchestrated. The people were so pleased and grateful for those efforts put forth by this entire healthcare team. So thank you for this opportunity, Governor. Thank you again for being here, and God bless you. Thank you.
It is an honor to be back in Smithfield, my home ground. It's always good to be back in the district. I just really want to thank the commissioners. They were up in front at the very beginning. The EMS, the hospital, our town government, and just across the board. I will miss people if I keep trying to name folks, but I really appreciate how the county management, Rick Hester, stepped up to the plate. And this was just a unified organization. But at its helm was our wonderful Dr. Pearson. She and I have worked together for several years, especially since I've been in the House. But this is my home ground. I became a public health nurse in Orange County, but when I moved back to home in Johnston County, I worked here for many, many years. So it's always a blessing to be among public health. I've entered a bill this year that will give public health departments more money to address communicable diseases. And actually this bill was entered in 19, but we've got it back on the docket again this year, and I feel very confident that it's going to pass, and we're going to give public health departments what they actually need for communicable diseases. The bill is actually targeting that because they don't only cover COVID and any new variant that might come, as the governor said, but they cover about 80 other communicable diseases on a regular basis. So this has been a real push for me as a public health nurse and as your state legislator. And Governor, thank you so much for the effort that you put forth from day one to focus us all on this awful virus and the variants that we know will come. But you've certainly done a yeoman's job, and I certainly appreciate it. Thank you. So it's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you, my love. And thank you all for being here part of this today.